And our next story comes from Namsai in Arunachal Pradesh. The town recently hosted the first international convention on Buddhism and the culture of Northeast India. Namsai is the home for Theravada Buddhism in India, and here's a special report. We're going to leave you with this report, but don't go anywhere. More news and updates will follow on the other side. You're watching Beyond World is One.
India's largest northeastern state, Arunachal Pradesh, presents a vantage point from which one can peer into Myanmar, Bhutan and Tibet. Marked by tall peaks, lush forests and fertile valleys, this ancient land is a cradle of civilization. Home to diverse sets of people whose ancestors were part of migrations affected by conflict, trade and better opportunities. Among them, the Thai Khamtis left their homeland in Burma, traversed over the high passes of the Patkai Mountains, and settled by the Tengapani River in a place called Chaukham in 1751. They brought with them scripture, language, and the Theravada faith. The oldest school of Buddhism, as practiced by Emperor Ashoka nearly 2 millennia back, had returned to the land of its birth. Welcome to Namsai. This is a small town in the foothills of the Himalayas in southeastern Arunachal Pradesh, also known as the land of the pagodas. Now, pagodas like these are scattered all over town. Namsai is the hub of Theravada Buddhism, which is one of the oldest schools of the faith. If the architecture looks familiar, it's because Theravada Buddhism is the dominant school of the faith in Southeast Asian countries like Thailand, Laos and Cambodia. We are here because this town is hosting the first ever international conclave on Buddha Dhamma and the culture of Northeast India, which is bringing together a bunch of dignitaries, scholars, monks to discuss, celebrate and shape the future of this sacred tradition. The conclave has been organized by the International Buddhist Confederation, an organization that's all about bringing Buddhist communities together and connecting the dots. This conclave is a big piece of that puzzle, linking Namsai to the world. We're with the Director General of the International Buddhist Confederation, Mr. Haldar. Why Namsai?
It's a very critical location. Namsai, small community. In fact, there are a lot of ethnic groups here. The wonderful thing about these groups is that, they've all come together. They have sustained their ancient heritage, tradition, value systems. They have encouraged their youth to be involved in their own tradition, their culture, their practices and habits. But more important is that they have also sustained and preserved Buddhism. In fact, the state government of Arunachal Pradesh is planning to make this place a hub of Theravada Buddhism and create a lot of infrastructure which can attract people from across the world, right, especially from Theravada countries, to come in and visit Namsai.
The Golden Pagoda complex at Tengapani Namsai, built in 2010, has become a major pilgrimage and learning destination, drawing monks from around the world. In 2024, Chaukham Monastery was rebuilt in traditional Khamti architectural style. Adding to the spiritual landscape of Namsai is the under construction 160 feet tall statue of the Buddha in a meditative pose. Now, Namsai is claiming its place as a thriving center of Theravada Buddhism in India. Instrumental in this initiative is the Deputy Chief Minister of Arunachal Pradesh, Mr. Chaunamen, a Thai Khamti himself. So, a very quick question. It was very interesting listening to the Director General talk about how isolated communities find it hard to keep their culture alive, and how the community here has managed to do so. So if you are going to be getting more people in and it's going to become more popular, how do you think that balance will be struck?
Your own safety, your own preservation, it is your duty. So my duty is to preserve my own culture. Nobody will come and culture. So that has been done from my forefather. The legacy has been continued from time immemorial. Right. So we are keeping it and then we are preserving it our children we will have to give the baton of our culture to the future generation also.
Right.
We must very jealously preserve our own culture. अगर कल्चर ही नहीं रहेगा, आपका भाषा ही नहीं रहेगा, हाँ, तो आप आइडेंटिटी क्या बोलेगा आप?
While Namsai is the center for Theravada Buddhism, the conclave has brought together an inclusive set of people to talk and connect on the same platform.
To be at Namsai, attending the International Conclave of Buddha Dharma. I am certain that in the coming days, the Golden Pagoda, Buddha statue, and other sites in Namsai will become equally well known among the Buddhist people.
We have to learn from you to how to be. Sometimes I think we get also influenced by different cultures and different beliefs, as though we are not the anti-believers of any of things. But it's our duty to take our own beliefs. Sometimes we fail to take care of our youth.
Teachings of the Buddha.
The discussions are not just focused on ancient wisdom, but explore how it fits into our chaotic modern lives. From the outside, a monk's life appears austere. Traditionally, Theravada monks have to rely on the common man to feed them 2 meals a day. We were told that 12 o'clock is lunch for the monks and tea for us. So you can't eat after 12, is it?
No, actually, traditionally we do not eat after the 12 o'clock.
How long have you been a monk?
Over 35. 35 years.
35 years, huh?
Yeah, now I am 52.
Right. I have to say, you don't look your age at all. It must have to do with the 2 meals a day.
Maybe, and also we don't have any burden. My mother used to tell me that you son means better that you had escaped from the fire of the family life.
Right, sure.
Here always firing, so you escape. So I am happy for you.
Because nowadays there's something called intermittent fasting, and people are trying to eat less because they feel like it is better for the body and it gives time to the body to regenerate as opposed to always being busy eating. So it looks like your ancient wisdom is actually kind of coming back into mainstream now.
Because they neglected those ancient teachings.
Right.
Genetically it is come, then now they have failed. So they have to do it.
They have to do it. The existential search for meaning in life is a universal condition. And that explains how Vipassana, one of Theravada Buddhism's fundamental tenets, has transcended geographical barriers and belief systems to become a movement on its own. The venerable monks of the Theravada sect have invited Venerable Gyaltsen Samden, a nun from the Mahayana sect, to lead the session. That was a very nice session, the Vipassana session.
Oh, thank you.
When Venerable Samden, a former actor, decided to take her vows in 2012, what was essentially a personal matter became a subject of public discussion. Given that, I don't want to ask her the obvious question.
We tend to think that our livelihood is the way we should be understood. That, oh, she's an actor, oh, he's a doctor. ये तो आपकी सिर्फ एक जीविका है, आपका पूरा जीवन नहीं है. मेरी जीविका जो उस वक्त थी, was an actor, was a model or whatever, was just a part of my personality. Was not my entire personality. खाना तो मैं उतना ही खाती थी जितना अब खाती हूँ. बस समय बदल गया खाने का. ये अलग है कि लाइफ अभी बहुत सिंपल हो गई है. Because the glamour world requires you to look a certain way, wear certain kind of makeup, jewelry and all of that. It's become very, very simple. So in some ways it's much more liberating.
Of course.
Then I see my friends, standing in front of a closet which is full of clothes and saying, कुछ पहनने के लिए नहीं है आज मेरे पास.
I know that thought. Yes.
पहले मैं एक्टर थी, आपका मेरे मन में परसेप्शन अलग था. अब मैं एक नन हूँ. अब क्या आपको दिक्कत आ रही है अपना परसेप्शन चेंज करने में?
वही है कि it basically challenges your beliefs.
Exactly.
That's why you want.
Exactly. अगर कोई मुझसे सवाल पूछे कि मैं भी इस तरह से सोच रहा हूँ या सोच रही हूँ, तो आपने ये कैसे किया? तब मैं उसको अलग तरीके से प्रेजेंट करूंगी. मुझे इस तरह से कोई सवाल भी नहीं पूछता, तो मैं कहती हूँ कि ये सवाल रहने ही दिया जाए.
The one thing that has stuck with me since our conversation has been Venerable Samden's liberal use of the words compassion and kindness. It appears that a search for meaning in life has to include concern for others, for fellow human beings, and all the creatures we share this planet with. That sentiment ties in not just with Theravada Buddhism, but the age-old culture of Arunachal Pradesh where the veneration of nature has always been central to its belief systems.